Nerd news. Shit.
Oh, by the way, it's
Yes.
Riddell.
Huh? Oh
Yes.
my God, I have been
That's okay.
saying,
Everybody calls Tom Lord Voldemort, so it's all right.
I've been saying Riddle this entire
I'm Mrs. Voldemort, I
for
guess.
years. Hello everyone and welcome to Sorta My Podcast. My name is Vincent Herman, VinTheHuman, and this is not your typical SMP episode because today I have an interview with Marnie Riddell. But before we get to that, this is where I would give the normal social media spiel, but the rebranding has taken effect, and good news, everyone! Subject to Change Entertainment is now on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Go to any of those pages, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you do. Back to the show. Of course, all of our personal social media is down in the description below. Marnie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it on this beautiful, rainy Sunday afternoon.
Yes, it's been so great. I had to close my window, and now I'm burning up.
Oh, I feel your pain.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Good old Ohio weather. Luckily, though, the place you're going to be on June 2nd is not Ohio. You're going to be in West Virginia, right?
Yes, I'll be in Huntington for Tricon.
Yeah.
This will be my third year as their cosplay ambassador, so I'm very excited about that.
Tricon, if you guys don't know, is the Tri-State Comic-Con held in Huntington, West Virginia, as previously announced. And if you want to get in on that, you should actually probably do that here soon. I think when this comes out, the VIP packages will still be available for a couple days. I think. So don't.
Yeah, they're pretty much selling out. So you may want to talk to them yesterday just to make sure you're in there.
Right. Well, they did just make a post about it as of recording this. But if you miss out on the awesome VIP package, it's only $10 at the door. Kids under 10 get in free. So you're going to be set either way. It's a great convention. 6 years running. Getting better every year. But let's jump into this whole Ambassador of Cosplay thing. Like you said, you're no stranger to this title. Tell me about the responsibilities that come with it. And what does this title mean to you?
Well, I think as I've been cosplaying for a very long time, actually before there was even a term for it. But I think for this role, it's more just kind of making sure that all the cosplay events and everything get done and accomplished, and we make sure that everybody that cosplays or everybody that attends is welcome. There's, cosplay is for everybody, and I'd like to feel like I embody that. I'm a little bit of an older cosplayer, and so I'd like to, represent the older crowd. But like I said, cosplay is for everybody, every race, nationality, religion, size, shape, everything. And we like to make sure that as the ambassador, that I'd like to make sure everybody is not in all feeling like they shouldn't be cosplaying or body shamed or anything like that. We don't accept that kind of stuff at Tricon. But
Right.
My responsibility basically is to make sure that happens and that the judging goes smoothly. For the last couple of years, they've been doing the pre-judging. I'm not sure if they're doing that this year because it's a bit time consuming, but we like to talk to people beforehand just to see how they've come up with their concepts and why they chose their costumes and how they created the look they have. And it's kind of nice to talk to them. And I have to say, I'm very happy to see the people that turn out for Tricon because they always bring their A++ game. There's some amazing cosplayers and costumes that show up every year. So I'm looking forward to see what they bring to the table this year. I love to see the new ones that come out every year. So I'm looking really forward to that.
I remember from the 2015 one, I think my favorite cosplay that showed up was this guy dressed as Beast. And he was head to toe fur. It was just fantastic the way he did it. So you're not kidding around when you say people bring
No, and actually what I'll do is when I try to walk around as often as I can, but last year was kind of difficult because I was at my table and then I was really time consumed with doing the prejudging, but I love to walk around and talk to people and actually go up to them and say, you need to enter the contest, because a lot of people, even though we try to get it out there and advertise it and, encourage people to attend it and participate, they don't know about it when they come, because this may be their first time at the con. So I always try to tell them, if I see them, you need to enter this contest. And I think I remember going up to B specifically and saying, dude, you need to enter the costume contest because you're really good.
You heard her.
I think I even voted for him too, but I'm not sure if he won anything that year, but I did vote for him because I thought his costume was amazing.
Has he done multiple years like that?
I don't know, because it was hard to recognize him. I don't know what he looks like out of Beast costume, so I'm not sure. He probably has, but he acted like he didn't know about the costume contest. So he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yes, do it." And he was like, "Okay." So he was very excited when I told him that.
Yeah, you heard her, Sorta Mites. If you're gonna be in the area, you're gonna be at the con, and you're gonna be cosplaying, get in there. Even if maybe yours isn't like it costs $10 to put together, just get up on stage, have fun.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it's not the ones that's the best sewn or best fabricated. It's your character and your attitude. Because I look for that too. I mean, I'm looking to see that person embodies the character they've chosen to cosplay. And if you have, I mean, they'll let you do say a little something on stage. So bring your acting skills too, because if you blow me away with that, then you never know what'll happen.
Right. Presentation is a big get. But I also wanted to ask you, get into your secret origins a little bit here. What inspired you to get into this very specialized world of dress-up?
It's just been me since I was little. I've always been fascinated with being other people. I guess probably a lot of it stems from being an only child and having to entertain yourself. And I've always loved Halloween, so that was big motivation for me. Yeah. And just going beyond, like kind of almost disguising yourself, so a lot of times people don't even know it's you. I like that, because I've had people come up to me afterward and like, I didn't know the whole time that was you walking around. I'm like, mission accomplished then, because it's just fun to be other people, other characters. They can sometimes get away with things you can't as yourself.
Right.
As Marnie, I'm very shy. So it kind of helped me get out of that safety of hiding behind and being quiet. Harley Heartthrob is not shy or anything. She is very outgoing, and so that's fun to be her. But it's more just, like I said, just bringing characters to life. And I do a lot of pinup too, so I'll do a lot of crossover things with pinup and cosplay. And there's characters that are automatically pinup, like Sally Jupiter is definitely a pinup because of the era it takes place in. And but there's other ones too, like when the whole DC bombshells came out. Oh my God, it blew my mind. I was so excited for that. And I've done some photo shoots as the DC bombshells, because they're just beautifully done. Whoever, when they created that, it was it was amazing.
That had to be a field day.
But I don't know if I answered your question or not, but I went off on a tangent there.
Oh, you definitely did, for sure. And speaking about your pinup, I wanted to let you know I love the Morton Salt Girl. I love that.
Oh, thank you. That was a new one. I was like, I need to do this character. She's so fun.
in a million years, I would have never thought I'd see anyone dressing up that way. That was so fun. It's just an iconic thing. I mean, plus it's so retro. It's just a very retro look. And I thought, what if I did an adult pinup version of this with the salt spilling out? And I'm like, I have to do this. So I was like, and plus when a lot of times when you're at a con, you have to consider doing what we call walk around costumes, because they get so crowded and hot, especially like a Dragon Con or thing where it's really crowded. You have to have a costume where you can just basically maneuver yourself through a crowd, and that one would be easy too. So I kind of thought of that when I did that character. And it's a little iconic, like a Mrs. Butterworth or Captain Crunch. Like, people, even if they can't say Morton Salt, they know that.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
And since I told you one of my favorites of your cosplay, what's been one of your favorites to cosplay?
Well, I mean, I think one of my first ones I ever did, and this one's when she first came out in the animated series, was Harley. Everybody does Harley, and a lot of the reason why my my cosplay pinup name is Harley Heartthrob is because of Harley Quinn. I love Harley Quinn. But unfortunately, when you go to a con and swing a cat, you'll hit like 5 Harley Quinns. So that's why I started doing characters that not everybody did. Now, there are more of them now, but probably one of my favorite ones to cosplay to this day is Hawkgirl, because she's such a strong character. She's part of the Justice League, which I'm a huge DC fan. I mean, I love Marvel, but I think I'm more DC as I get older.
A lot of
and
people are
even
going that
like
way.
the Justice Society of America, that kind of stuff, like the old school superheroes, where a lot of them, I mean, they did have powers, but some of them didn't. And I mean, like, technically Batman does not have any superpowers. He's just an incredibly strong vigilante. So but Hawkgirl has always been fascinating to me. And she just, when I go to a con as Hawkgirl, she appeals to both men and women. It's not just like one or the other, and kids love it, and it's visually like wow. And I just love people coming up and wanting to get pictures with me. And so I'd have to say her, because I feel very empowered in that character. And I feel like, you know, she's one of the few women of the Justice League that you don't see as much. You see Wonder Woman a lot, which I love too, but you don't always see Hawkgirl. So I'd like to see more of her. If they did any, you know, more additions to the Justice League movies, they need to add her in there. They need another woman on the team. Sorry, but they do.
They had her on Legends of Tomorrow for a while.
Yeah. I'd
the
like
first
them to go back to like the old school though. You know, the original kind of Shira Hall storyline. Maybe even I would love to see a live action movie of the Thanagarian War. Just because that would be visually epic. But I don't know if they'll ever do that. So we'll see. I mean, since they're doing Infinity War, you never know what'll happen.
Right. I've been saying I would love to see the Hawkworld storyline brought to life. That would be so, even if just one of their animated series, because those always kill.
Yeah, I mean, they are. I mean, I've been actually watching, I think I've seen all of them now. But all the Batman ones, I just watched the Batman by Gaslight, and that was really good. Gotham by Gaslight was so good. And sometimes I enjoy the animated ones more than the actual live action. So
that's the unfortunate thing of Warner Brothers right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're gonna.
But I do have to say, I admire the fact that they don't talk down to children. I mean, a lot of these are very adult movies, and I like that. So it's almost like comic books for adults, which, you know, they should be for all ages, but it's not like they're very childish. They're very adult movies, which I like.
I will say that Warner Brothers has always been real good about that. Like, even going back to the 89 Batman and things like that, it of course appealed to children, but these were adult stories. They recognize that their original fan base is now like 50, 60 years old. So.
Exactly. And it has to have that evil and darkness that's in the DC world. I mean, because the good can't exist without that.
Of course. Now we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, hear an ad from our sponsor, Tricon, for this episode, and many more to come, and we'll be right back with Harley Heartthrob.
Yay!
Where is Odle at, man?
I don't know, man. He's always talking about how he needs to be out of here by a certain time. We make accommodations.
It's already 7:30.
I know.
Whoa! Guys, we had such a blast. What are you talking about?
Did you just come out of the portal?
Yeah, I think we're skipping over that fact.
Oh, there's no time for that right now.
That was uncalled for.
Guys, Tricon.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Is that Comic-Con?
It is the Tri-State Comic Book Convention, June 2nd, Huntington, West Virginia, Big Sandy Superstore Arena.
Okay, well, these comic book conventions are always money pits, man. Can we really afford that?
No. This one is only $10 for admission. Kids under 10, get in free.
Wow.
Yeah.
But is it, okay, that cheap? It's got to be just like boxes of comics as far as the eye can see. Nothing really worth seeing.
No. We've got vendors, we've got artists, we've got some pretty stellar media guests.
Whoa.
There's going to be a cosplay contest. The winner just...
Who was it?
You got to be there to find out.
Well, let's get our tickets right now, then.
Come on, guys.
Let's jump in the time warp.
And we're back. So you were talking about Hawk Girl and how much you enjoy about that character, and you told us a little bit about what draws you to her, but are there any that you've been drawn to that you haven't gotten to do yet? Anything you aspire to do?
Well, there's one that I'm doing for Tricon, but I can't say who it is yet, because I'd like to be a surprise.
Come
but
on, give us
it's
the
a character I've always been
exclusive.
drawn to, but it's actually a Marvel character.
Okay.
But I've always wanted to do, I'm not doing this for Tricon, but I've always wanted to do something from the Spider Universe. I've done Spider-Woman, but I would like to do maybe either a gender bent Peter Parker or maybe an MJ or something. I'm not sure. And I love Spider-Man 2099, so it's possible. My husband's done Spider-Man Noir, which I love too.
Yes.
Because of the period it takes place in. But probably something else from the Spider Universe, or maybe an anime. I haven't really done any anime, so I'd like to maybe try that. I'm just not sure. I have some things I'm thinking about, but I'm not really. I'm really in love with Full Metal Alchemist, so I may try something like that, like a gender bent Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, that would be really interesting. Any little hint you can give us to what's coming at Tricon other than Marvel?
I'll just say it was something from a Marvel movie.
Okay.
It was a character from a recent Marvel movie.
Okay.
One of the last three.
Okay. All right. That narrows it down.
That's all I
bit.
can say.
And
Yeah.
we'll let the Sortamites fill in their own blanks there.
Exactly.
You were also recently featured on the program of a play in North London, right?
Yeah, actually, that's been. I've been friends with a playwright for a long time, since I was in college. I was actually in a premiere of a play he wrote called The Mariner about Christopher Columbus. And we've been friends since then. This was a long time ago when I went to Ohio State, when dirt was invented. And no, I'm just, but I mean, it's so weird because people think, and when I tell them my age, they're like, wow, but I try not to tell them my age because they don't believe it until I say it. So I won't say when I was actually born. But I've been friends with him for a long time. So when he did a revamp of a lot of his plays, he asked me if he could use one of my pictures as a cover for his play. And it's a Samuel French play, which is published all over the world. And I was like, of course you can. So they just did a premiere of the play in London. And I was really excited because it's probably on their play, the playbooks and everything, and all the plays that were just reissued there. So yeah, I mean,
Right.
I think he's done that play like in Russia and most of Europe and all over the United States. So hopefully it's getting around there, but
You're
most people
international
don't probably
now.
know it's even me, but it's fine. It's just cool to be your picture got, published somewhere else on someone else's work. So that's nice.
Anytime I'm looking at the analytics of any of this stuff, and I'm like, 10 views in, Hong Kong, what?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, honestly, I have a lot of fans here, but most of my fans are it's so crazy. They're in Europe or South America or, I've had a lot in England and Ireland and Scandinavia. So it's weird that most of my fans are probably international, and I'm assuming there was a couple years ago I had an international or Italian paper do a cosplay article on me. Granted, I had to translate most of it because it was in Italian, but I was like, wow, this is really awesome that my pictures got that far,
Yeah.
So it was nice.
So you mentioned a little bit about doing theater. Are you still acting?
I haven't. What I do now, kind of on the side, and it's kind of for my artistic outlet, which hopefully soon, it's something I want to talk about too, is my husband and I, we do cosplay as Dark Doorstep, but we're starting a company called Dark Doorstep Productions, and we're going to be doing other artistic projects. who we'll be looking for sponsors for, and we probably will start a Patreon to sponsor it. But we're going to be doing some, let's say maybe more visual stuff. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Possibly video work, just kind of projects like that to get our work out there and get on more on YouTube, because we really haven't explored that yet with all the new fun things that YouTube has done to help demonetize people's work. I'm kind of like, but it's not about the money, honestly. I just want to get on there, and hopefully you never know who will see your stuff and contact you. That's more what it's about. So,
well, when there's money
and just getting out cosplay all over.
Yeah, when there's money to be made, and someone drops the ball in that field, there's always someone to rush in and pick it up. And I feel like Patreon's been that lately, where YouTube's kind of fallen flat on its face with all these changes and stuff. Patreon's been helping out a lot of stuff. We're actually talking about doing one ourselves, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to do it. And we just haven't created it yet because we're more trying to narrow down. Right now, we're gathering ideas and resources to get these projects up and running.
Right.
But I mean, I consider myself a full artist where I do visual art, drawing, painting stuff. I sing and dance and act. I mean, I try to be the well-rounded artist. So cosplay is just another element of that. But as far as acting right now, I do a lot of murder mysteries with Murder and Merriment. They're like one of the largest dinner theaters in the United States. I think they're the second largest. But we do a lot of that right now, or I do. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a really great group of people. And we do everything from weddings to parties to everything. So
that's awesome.
That's kind of my gig right now. And that's probably right now the only thing I consider professional, because and the photo shoots I do, because those are the only things I get paid at right now. So to me, that's what a professional is. You get paid doing it. Cosplay is more of a hobby. Just like I feel like cosplayers really aren't professionals. It's more maybe the way you act is professional, but you're not. It's more of a hobby that you've turned into something bigger. Most people that are successful at cosplay right now have other things, like they're seamstresses or fabricators, and that's probably their main source of income. Not really cosplay itself. So
only like a handful of Jessica Negris out there. So.
Right, exactly. I mean, even Yaya, she sells Warbler. I mean, she's a fantastic seamstress. That's what she's probably made most of her money on. I mean, she makes appearances and she gets paid for that, but I don't think that's really her main source of her income. It's more just her other stuff that she does that you don't see behind the scenes. So, but I'd like to think that someday, I may just can do this full time and not have to, be an adult.
Wouldn't that be so great?
And have an adult job, which
Yeah, I work full time in a. I don't want to say where specifically, but it is a factory of some sort. And, God, I'm so sick of factories.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe someday we'll team up and we'll be very successful.
Yeah. I did want to point out, as soon as you brought up murder mystery, sirens started going off, and I'm sure my mic picked that up.
Oh, no.
So
that was on purpose, just so you know. I perfectly timed that so that, when I said murder, there'd be emergency vehicles sent to the location.
I don't know if you want to admit that on a podcast.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm a little psychic, maybe. I don't know. I had to make this. I had to, mix this up a little bit for you, keep people on their toes when you're listening to this. So it's not just me talking; it's like sound effects too. So.
Adds an extra layer to everything.
Exactly, it's all about the layers. I'm an onion.
You got to make it an immersive experience for the people.
Exactly.
Well, Marnie, it was so great finally having you on the podcast after 2 years.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I know at one time I was your female part of your team, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't keep doing that and commit to that. But I hope I didn't let you down too much. But I miss working with you guys. it was such a time commitment that I couldn't promise, and I'm really sorry because I do miss you guys and you do amazing work, and I just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you. Do you listen to the show?
I do listen to the show.
You're
yes.
one of the illustrious 10. All right.
Oh, hey, Power 10. We're still out there. I mean, I'm just saying it's not every time, but I do try to, when have free time, I do try to listen to you guys, and I love your insights. So keep doing what you're doing, please.
Thank you, and same to you. Everything you put out is always so great. And if you guys out there want to check out what she has, where can they find you?
They can go to my website, which is harleyheartthrob.com. I'm on Facebook as Harley Heartthrob, and also check out Dark Doorstep Cosplay, and Instagram I'm on there as Harley Heartthrob as well. So I don't really use Twitter very much, so don't worry about that. But if you just check on those social medias, I try to respond right away. If you would like or interested in more information about our projects coming up and would like to sponsor us, I mean, serious inquiries only, please. Just contact me via Harley Heartthrob or Dark Doorstep Productions on Facebook. That would be wonderful.
Cool. And guys, you could check out some of her stuff at her booth on June 2nd. Tricon, Huntington, West Virginia, $10 at the door. Kids under 10 get in free. You've heard it all the episode. Join us there. And of course, if you like this episode, like it. If you loved it, subscribe. Don't forget to check out all of our different social medias, and I think that's going to do it for us. My name is Vincent Herman, VinTheHuman, joined by Marnie Riddell, and cue that cosplay and outro music.
You!
Yay, we did it.
That was awesome. That was fun. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you had a good time.